They're almost like the police, but they're for the animals. So I want to go get my license because I want to start giving people tickets.
Yeah, the question maybe that critics ask, I'll ask to both of you, but start with you. How far are you prepared to go when it comes to, fight for the whales and other sea animals?
Well, Sea Shepherd's method is always to no harm to people whatsoever. They would never harm another human being. But machinery, like boats, inanimate objects, yeah, we can destroy those. We can knock out fishing gear, we can pull fishing line out of the water, we can disable harpoons. That's what as far as they'll go, but it would never be even consider hurting somebody.
Yeah, there's of course cases is totally different, but piracy is a threat in Somalia. But do these fishermen also arm themselves on boats, maybe when they start using machine guns against you? Or I'm not sure how far they will go, but is that thinkable?
Yeah, well, the last campaign to Antarctica, the Japanese ship had Marine Coast Guard from Japan on their ship, and they were throwing flash grenades at our crew, and some crew, you know, they got injured, not badly injured, but they got slightly injured by these flashbangs going off near them. So they are prepared to use tactics which we wouldn't consider using. So they are prepared to harm us, but
if sea shepherds harm them, then they're terrorists. But if the Japanese harm the sea shepherds, they're just defending themselves. So there's no winning in this thing. Yeah. So if they throw a flash grenade and the cap that holds the grenade part flies off and hits you in the face and cuts your face open, that's just a part of the deal. But if somebody from Sea Shepherds throws a stink bomb and hits a Japanese guy and he gets cut, then we're terrorists, and then we'll get arrested and the whole nine. Yeah. It's very one-sided. Yeah. You know, you're trying to stop this illegal action of whaling in the middle of a whale sanctuary, and you have to watch and be polite to these guys that are raping the ocean. Mm-hmm. But you have to be polite and nice to them because, I mean, you wouldn't want to look bad.
When you come home from a tour, it's also maybe a bit strange to come home and pick up your regular life again. I assume, maybe.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do after this tour is I got to go get this pelican. There's a seal. Graham rescues seals and marine mammals, and I rescue pelicans. In California, you can't touch marine mammals unless you have licenses. So when I go home, I applied already for all my licenses to be a U.S. Fish and Game deputy. Mm-hmm. They're almost like the police, but they're for the animals. So I want to go get my license because I want to start giving people tickets. Mm-hmm. I want to start going over there and taking away their fishing license and taking their away. Mm-hmm. Because these guys go out in California and they buy this fishing license, maybe, sometimes they don't even have it, and they throw hooks and fish and whatever, and they pull whatever they can up out of the ocean, they kill it, throw it back. It's really, really wasteful, and it's really inhumane the way they do things. So I want to be out there and in between tours and be like a cop for the animals.
And for you, how is it for you when you have been on an expedition and you come back? Do you have something to pick up as well, or is it you immediately start going again?
Yeah, well, I volunteer for Sea Shepherd onshore and volunteer for other marine mammal rescue organisations at home. So, you know, apart from Sea Shepherd actions going to sea, I can also do some stuff on shore. So, you know, every little helps, and you just put your time into. If people put their time to doing positive things, then you know it tries to make the world a better place, I guess.
Yeah, you're on land now. Maybe can you explain what brings you together tonight on a concert of you?
Well, I asked Graham to come and introduce us before we play. I asked him to come on tour with us, and he took time out of his life to come on tour for these 10, 12, took 2 weeks off of work and to work for free and set up merchandise booth and inform people. And then we play the concert, and then at the end he comes and talks more about the Sea Shepherds, and then hopefully I talk about the Sea Shepherds and people go to the booth and donate some money, buy some merchandise, get some education.
Is it a consistent amount of interest that people bring, or is it growing from maybe the Ignite audience?
Yeah, it's growing, and it's down to really exposure from the media. You know, the more there's mainstream media interested in what we do, the more people are going to get exposed. So, and that's just grown over the last 30 years. So, yeah, the more people we can reach, the better. You know, and there's been a lot of people who've never heard of us before, who've been checking us out, watching the videos downstairs, and saying, "Wow, you know, how can I be part of this?" Yeah. And that's what we're here to do. You know.